Peace, diehards. Welcome to another episode of the DiehardKnicks podcast at the half. I'm still watching the game right now. I got like a couple more seconds left. So right now I'm officially at the half right now. The Knicks are down 55-57 to the Miami Heat right now. So I mean, the biggest story of this whole game right now is the fact that the Miami Heat announcer announced that if you get caught eating in the stands, that they're gonna eject you without compensation. So if you're following the Miami broadcast, man, that was the most bizarre shit I've ever heard, like ever on an announcer. You know, the announcer said if they catch you eating while you're at your seat, they will kick you out the game. So that's where we at, man, with this COVID stuff, man. That you're gonna get kicked out of the game if they catch you eating in the stands, man. So that's it's bugged out, man. But anyway, this is DiehardKnicks at the half. It's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. Of course, you can see the score here on the right hand side of me, man. But that's not even the half of it, man. This right here is absolutely why we're here. Let me just pull it up for you guys. This is worth the cost of admission right here, man. You know, everyone's so afraid of who's gonna be the guy, you know, that is gonna lose minutes when Derrick Rose comes in. Oh my God, I know Tibbs. He's gonna put he's gonna bench quickly, and he's gonna have Elfrid Payton and Austin Rivers out there, whatever. Just like most of us with common sense, whatever, you know. Tom Thibodeau shows that he has common sense on running his team as well. You know, he's a professional. You gotta let the professionals do their job. Austin Rivers is out of the rotation, straight like that. And from what you see right on this right hand side of the screen. This is the story. Emmanuel Quickly and Derrick Rose. They when they first came in, they went on a 25-6 run before Miami went on a run on their own. But 25-6, they came in here just running crazy, man. So it's amazing stuff, man. So we got Mr. Sim here. I'm gonna pull him in a second. What's going on, Sim?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. So the craziest thing that I saw, you know, in that first half is that they said they were going to kick out Miami fans if they get caught eating in the stands. Did you hear that?
Nah, for real?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the COVID stuff, man. You know. But anyway, you know, I just threw it out there because I mean they really did say that. But you know, I was just talking just now. Cool. Yeah, I was just talking just now about the whole Derrick Rose and Quickly backcourt, man. Austin Rivers is out the rotation, man.
Just like that. Tibbs ain't waste no time. He not playing around. He's just like, that's it. Yeah. He probably didn't even talk to Rivers. He's just like, I got my guy here and putting him in the game.
Yeah, Rivers knows what the deal is, man. For some reason, I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like he has low testosterone or something, you know. But you know, whatever we wanted Rivers to do, Derrick Rose immediately, without practice, without anything, just comes off the street and does exactly what we needed him to do. The word is decisive, right?
Exactly.
Decisive.
It's not a whole lot. Like you see Austin Rivers take all these dribbles and can't do this and that. Derrick Rose is just like, I'm gonna make my decision. I'm either gonna go and shoot it or I'm not, and I'm gonna try to make a play for somebody else. So, you know, the second unit already looks good.
Fantastic.
Because you know now you legitimately have a starter on the floor all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If Derrick Rose remains in that second unit, you legitimately have a starter in the second unit that can go out there and get you a bucket.
Yeah, we disrupted what you were saying with Miami. They was throwing a trap at us. It's the first team they really started throwing traps at us. And Elfrid tried to do it in the beginning, and you know we got into a little trouble in the beginning. Elfrid tried to beat the trap down the court a few times, but as soon as Elfrid and Emmanuel Quickly and Rose got in there, that was the game of that little piece between the end of the first and the beginning of the second. We were beating the trap down court, man. They couldn't. Now we put them on their heels. You know what I'm saying? So that's right. Great to see.
And here's the thing: we're having Derrick Rose there. When Elfrid Payton is scoring like he is today, having a guard attack where, you know, you have one guard that can go at you, and then off the bench you got another guard that can go at you, and then a guy like Quickly that can shoot the three and get in the paint, like that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. A lot of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna pull up the actual box score here, man. Look at that. The bench scoring by the Knicks. You got Alec Burks 6 points, Nerlens Noel 6, Derrick Rose came out with 10. Even Toppin got off a little bit. His little 6 minutes that he played.
Right. But our two guys, man, we're gonna need them in the second half. Because right now, Julius Randle, he's only got 6 points. He's 2 for 8 from the field. RJ Barrett's 1 for 5. The game is close, but we're gonna need one of those guys to step up and score some buckets.
Yeah, Spoelstra, he's been coaching his ass off this game. When the Knicks went on that 25-6 run, Spoelstra was running up and down, mask is off, he's yelling all across the court and stuff. Right. So it's a chess match between two great coaches, man. So we're really going to see what they do in that second half to try to balance this, because it seems like Spoelstra has Julius Randle and RJ in his pocket right now. He's basically stopping them from what they're doing. And just on the other end, same thing like always. We got to stop these guys from shooting threes. This guy DiehardKnicks has been going crazy, man. He's the tail of their first half. Right.
Always someone. 11 for 21 from the 3-point line, 52.4%. And Kelly Olynyk is 5 for 6. There's always somebody that gets off. The one thing about their offense is that normally they don't stop moving and going and cutting until they find a shot. Right. So you're playing really good defense and continuously moving for a long time. And then finally somebody comes open. And it's almost like you can't help but for someone to come open because they move the ball so much and so well, and they don't stop until they find the shot that they want.
Yeah, that's the discipline that we're trying to get to.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it really tough to defend them.
Yeah. Check this out, man. I'm gonna post another thing from this is from Twitter as well. This is the play with Derrick Rose that passed to Obi.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was. And I think you can look forward to seeing more of that between those two guys.
I mean, that happened right off the bat. I believe that was the second play. He hit him with another play before that or after that, one of them.
I mean, just playing, and that's just playing basketball. That's just knowing how to play basketball right there. You know what I'm saying? You can already see just the glide. I mean, Derrick Rose is clearly our best guard as far as the point guards are concerned. That's without a doubt. And you can see the higher level of play.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past in a couple games if Derrick Rose. Now, a lot of times your first game, when you first come back, he hasn't played in a couple weeks. Your first game back, you got the adrenaline pumping, you're hitting, you're feeling good. And then, maybe you fall off a little bit and then you come back. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he starts learning some plays. That's the one thing about it. When you start, he already knows the sets for the most part. He should know a lot of the sets. When he starts to learn some of the intricacies, you might see the game fall off just a little bit as he's trying to figure out what to do and where people are supposed to be and everybody's tendencies. Right now it's just playing off of instinct.
Yeah. But he's definitely not going to be like Rivers, man. Because Rivers, when he first came in, he had a great game too. We all was hypnotized, and we thought he was going to be this, super bench guy for us, and he fell off the planet to the point now where he's going to be out of here soon.
Right. That's not going to happen with Rose. There's no way.
Absolutely not, man. He split the defense on his first drive to the basket, man. I almost killed everybody in my house, man. When he did that, I was like, I want to kill. I just went in berserk mode because I haven't seen a Knick guard do that. So the whole thing about it is just you got to make that move. This is pro basketball. You got to just go. You know what I'm saying? If there's a play to make, you need to just go and do it. Stop that gliding and looking around and see what's going on. Like, if I can make eye contact with people in the stands, man, then you're not playing basketball. You guys, they got to make these moves, man. So, speaking of Rivers and stuff, man, what do you think Rivers is gonna go? What do you think the next move is with this?
Man, I think they say that there's some title contenders that are looking at him. So maybe he ends up with the Clippers. Right. Some of the teams that were trying to get Rose, he might end up there. Clippers, Brooklyn. I don't know about Miami. They got decent guard play. I don't see where he would come in and do anything. But one of those teams, some of those teams were trying to get Derrick Rose. He wanted to come to the Knicks. I could see him maybe going to one of those teams.
Yeah, I could see him going to Brooklyn.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee's another team. Yeah, but we already know what he does, man. So like, I can't see what he's gonna do to improve those other teams, man. I want to know what we're gonna get from him because I don't want to waive him because waive him is like the easy way out. $3 million a year, it's not really that big of a deal. But I want at least a second rounder for the guy or something. You know what?
Right.
I get.
See, I think. See, with us, I think his role was maybe a little bit expanded, and they were asking him to maybe be that scoring punch, and he can't do that consistently. I think on a contending team, he'll have a smaller role and something that's more manageable for him.
Yeah, he's definitely like a spot, like a bit role player, 10-minute, 12-minute kind of guy. It's not really. He's just gonna give you like a breather rather than give you any kind of meaningful minutes or anything like that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Derrick Rose has already played 10 minutes tonight, something like that.
Yeah.
He played 10 minutes tonight. He might be looking at, if the game gets close down the stretch, it might be him out there instead of Quickly. He might be looking at 25 to 27 minutes already.
Yeah, but if these guys, RJ Barrett and some of these guys don't wake up too, it just might be him and Quickly out there, Rose and Quickly finishing this game.
Yep.
Yeah, how do we get better, man? Because I'm satisfied that we got Derrick Rose. We pulled Rivers out the equation. So how do we get better now? Because that's the only thing I can see now. I want this team. I say it every night. I love this team. I love watching these guys play. I love the style of play. I love the just the way that we're each individual player is playing. But we're still missing that piece. So I mean, like who do you think do we look to? What team do we look to? What position are we looking for? Or are we looking at all?
I think they'll probably look. It's good that this is done early, right? Because they got enough time to look at it before the trade deadline. I think they look for another dynamic wing player.
Dynamic wing player, man. Give me a name. Give me a name,
player, bro.
Give me a
dynamic
name.
wing player. I don't know. I have no idea, but I feel like if you add a dynamic wing player, and then you add a dynamic wing player, and then after the deadline, if Andre Drummond is bought out, then you say, hey, I know you thinking about going to Brooklyn, but we got something growing over here. What's up? What'd you think about coming and playing for us for the rest of the season? Then we can talk about next year later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He would probably go to Brooklyn, but I think you at least call him up and give him a try. I'm not trying to trade for him. We had this discussion on my show just a little while ago, and Isaiah was all going crazy. Like, why would you want da-da-da? And I was like, yo, if we could get him for $5 million for the rest of the season or something like that, you know what I'm saying? That's 15 points, 14 rebounds or whatever he, is going to give you. Someone he's got more size. That's one of the things we don't have with Mitchell, Nerlens Noel. We don't have any size in there.
Yeah, we don't have any. Yeah.
Yeah, Randall's shooting the ball 38% from three right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's got the stroke going from three, so it helps to keep the floor spread. If you can add a dynamic wing, and then if you were lucky enough to get Andre Drummond off of waivers, not off waivers, but off of the buyout, you're doing something, man. You're looking at doing something, and you didn't mortgage your future.
That's what it's all about, man. We got to keep those picks the best that we can, but those are the two definitely missing pieces, man. Like when sometimes when Mitchell Robinson gets the ball, he's kind of just like looking, oh snap, I got the ball, what am I supposed to do with it? He's looking for somebody to give the ball to. But I mean, Andre Drummond, if that happens to him, Andre Drummond has to like, oh, let me go to the basket, they can't stop me, so that'll add like another element. Yeah.
Yep. And he's a good passer from the elbow, which Tibbs likes to use guys from the elbow, and every once in a while he'll pull a mid-range shot.
Yeah. He's a little doofy, man, but he's pretty good though.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? That's pipe dreaming, but I don't think the Knicks are done doing work. So we'll see. Someone brought up to me, not a bunch of people brought up Andrew Wiggins. Would the Knicks look to try to get Andrew Wiggins from Golden State? I was like, I don't know. But then all of a sudden I looked, and I was looking at the top 10 defensive players in the league. and they had Andrew Wiggins ranked in the top 10. I was like, for real?
Yeah.
That made me change my thinking real quick. Like, wow. And he's knocking down the three from deep.
Right.
17 points a game.
So that's the name you're giving me? You giving me Andrew Wiggins?
I'm not saying I'm giving you Andrew Wiggins, but
don't make me go crazy, man. I'll start like five or six different podcasts and be, all the different ways that we can get Andrew Wiggins, man. But I mean, somebody smaller, say like Thaddeus Young. We got guys like
Young,
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, a dynamic wing that can play defense, a guy that can get you some buckets and play defense, I think is what we need.
Yeah.
So the Knicks just tied it up, alley-oop to Mitch.
All right, cool. Be back in the second half. So, time goes fast with this halftime show, man.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Me and Sim chopping it up at the half. So get back to the game, and don't forget to go to check out Sim's halftime show. Post-game show that he does after every game, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for coming in.
No doubt.